Brooklyn, New York comes AWOL The Mindwriter, joined by acclaimed producer August Fanon. AWOL The Mindwriter and August Fanon return with their collaborative album Now Loading, available exclusively on Bandcamp. Blending AWOL The Mindwriter's sharp lyricism with August Fanon's soulful sample-driven production. The project showcases the chemistry between one of underground hip-hop's most respected and original MCs and one of the underground's premier producers. In addition to this new album, AWOL The Mindwriter and August Fanon have built impressive careers, collaborating with legends such as Planet Asia, Vic Spencer, Blue, Mac Hami, and more. Tune in as we talk about their journeys in music, the making of their new album, Now Loading, and what they've got coming next on the Cristopolis Show number 291. From Brooklyn, New York, comes MC AWOL The Mindwriter and producer August Fanon. They've joined forces to collaborate for a new album entitled Now Loading. I'm going to bring them in and talk to them about this dope new project. Peace, peace, peace.
Peace. What's going on?
Salute, my brother. How you doing?
It's been a long time.
I know, right?
It's been a long time. How you doing?
Bro. You looking good, my brother? Staying healthy?
Thank you. Yeah. Taking each day, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a little journey, but taking each day.
You know? Brother, and dropping bangers.
Yeah, definitely, yes.
Yeah, I want to jump into the album.
Okay,
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, my brother. So let's jump into this joint, right? Because this album, right, and this is why it's, it's dope that you collaborated with August Fanon. It's like specifically made for you. Like he brought sounds and like an energy that's so unique to anything that's out there, right? And then you brought the flow with the highly original flow and the way you are, you know what I'm saying? But what did you feel like when as it started coming together and he had like, I don't know how to describe it other than sounds that are unique to you, the digital, the video games, the little, special little sounds that are kind of uncommon in hip hop. That's your lane.
Oh man. For his production, I'm not gonna lie. I focus primarily on like anything that sounded like technologically fit for the album.
Yeah.
Or even if it like included whatever it included, like I had included basically just I would say the hip hop formula, so much to say. And I try to do the best that I try to input the best that I could, so that way it felt unique enough, like not just for the listener, but like for anybody that's new to like me in general, and this is like a new sound for you, anything, or for I wanted to just surprise myself perhaps. So when he came with his production, I just went to work, and it did.
But see that backstory is critical, right? Like, how did y'all connect? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the origin story of Now Loading, right? Did you know? Because August Fanon's got discography, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, did you approach him and be like, "Yo, I love the work you've done." You know what I'm saying? Or did y'all meet somewhere? Tell us the backstory of how Now Loading came to be.
All right. All right. So in the beginning, shout out to Hopewell Music Group, Sean Munoz. I remember like right after the AM2 tour, I was doing a tour with Full Blast, and right after Hershey and I got off tour with R.A. the Rugged Man. I remember like Sean was like, "Oh yeah, like we need to like, I think it's time you and August Fanon." I was like, "What?" So, oh yeah, and shout out to Al Unique as well, because if it weren't for Al Unique, this whole thing wouldn't have come together as well. So we sat down or whatever. We had like a nice little like sit down or whatever, like sometime like one I say like fall night, sat down and chilled, and we were just hanging out and kicking it. And the next thing you know, we kind of connected, and then the next thing you know, we were just like swimming through beats. You know, he was sending me like a folder of beats or folders of beats, and I just had to just pick. And I'm looking at like, you know, like as I'm scoping through the beats, I'm like, holy shit. And there were some beats that I really wanted to pick, but they were already taken. Damn it.
Uh
You know, and I'm not gonna hold you. Like, it's nothing against them, though, because it's part of the game. But
it is part of the game.
you know, like it definitely felt like those joints would have definitely hit. But I'm glad that I had to like. It was like a almost like a scavenger hunt in a sense, and kind of like a first come first serve. And I
Yeah.
also, you know, so I'm glad that like, you know, everything just kind of came together as is, especially the beat selection, because I was like, holy shit, man,
Bro,
damn,
brother's got some heat.
yeah, like damn,
And what's crazy is that you guys actually met the old fashioned way. Like you met in person and shit and kicked it and the vibe was right.
yeah. Primarily, like that's how I like to meet like anybody that I work with,
Yeah.
or like I'm just a fan of I mean, I don't like it doesn't always have to necessarily be like that, but like I feel like deep down it's all about the person within too. I mean, then again, yeah, like, you know, I can separate the artistry from the person always. You know what I mean? But it's sometimes too like what brings you wholesome, what makes you wholesome.
Yeah.
You know? So like what gravitates me to that or to you know creatives or it just has to match. Like it doesn't just have to be your artistry. Sometimes it's also your personality to be like, oh, you know what, this kind of makes sense. And
Yeah.
then like once we start like you know going back and forth like and August and I, it didn't really take. We were going back and forth with things. I'm not gonna hold you like on an artist producer level and even beyond that. Like as far as like music like you know certain like we were just trading ideas and like different like you know certain things in music theory. I guess in beats and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Like absolutely, because he's an established producer that's worked with a lot of great producers that you respect. He's got heat, but then you're dope. You're so dope, and then you're so original too, right? I can see like if somebody is used to doing it a certain way, you're kind of pushing those limits with vocals, with the way things sound, with the way the songs are structured. You're highly original.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to
Yeah,
be as
brother.
original as I can be, man, and that's also like what I wanted to deliver on this album.
Yeah,
Um, you know, like I said in previous interviews, excuse me, that I was like when first meeting, like I definitely was nervous because like as far as like going through I guess the pre-production as far as like me going in the studio and because we were going back and forth, I was sending him joints and stuff like that. And
yeah.
the first joint that we started off with was Golden Gun.
I remember that joint, yeah. Because it
Yeah,
was
and that
released
was
like a single.
yeah, it was a single because nobody knew what the hell was going on, and I'm like, yeah, and you know, I figured, you know, like let's surprise these folks. 'Cause, August Fanon record, what? And then the beat sounded crazy, so that was the first joint that honestly started now loading. So, but I wanted to going back to what I was saying. I really wanted to. I was fearful in a sense of like me being either too much or not enough for like August Fanon's production.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna be honest, like you know, I was just like, you know, because like I just met him and nah, it's like now we're involved as far as like we're in business. Now we're talking business, but it's like, damn, I gotta find. I feel like I know he knows my sound, but now I gotta deliver like in a way where it's gonna not just surprise him, but also surprise myself.
yeah. Do you feel that in working with him, that he helped, because of his production, because of how established he is? Did he help push your creativity, your writing, this project?
Yes, and it was a lot of things like that kind of came into fruition. With this, as far as like me writing, the way that I wrote in that project, like as far as downloading, um, it was the direction that I was kind of heading towards, but I didn't know how to present it.
Yeah.
Um, and Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot your question. I kind of got faded off your question. What was your question again? I apologize.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Whenever you work with a producer that is, it's one thing when it's like the homie or y'all are coming up, right? But August is worked with some greats and done a lot, right? He has a big
Oh,
trajectory.
right.
So my question is, in working with him, do you feel that he like pushed your creativity? Did you just come into it, do what you do like you always do it, or did he actually push you, challenge you? Did you create a different type of album than what you normally do?
He made me get into he made me like open up the disc, the disc container of my Dreamcast and basically take the game out, close it, and wait for a new game to arrive. And that was the process. Like
Wow.
that's what that was. Like literally that's what that was. Like it's to no avail. Um it's like I felt, there was a lot of parts involved as far as this project. I had to like dig deeper within myself.
Yeah.
Things I kind of I felt iffy talking about or uncomfortable talking about, and there was a lot of like self reflection in this album. As far as you know, there's a song called "Let Go" that
Yeah.
I had to really get in my bag, and I really did not want to go into that, but
Yeah.
and it made me challenge like, you know, um, certain things that I kind of like. It made me challenge off. It made me brush off. No, come back to a challenge that I thought I could handle, but I kind of just nudged off.
Yeah.
And like as far as like getting like a self-reflective uh song, or something that like that represents me besides the Sega AM2 projects and
Right.
1 and
Right.
2 and Insert Coin. I needed something that kind of related to like the modern day and what's going on right now, like relatively. So like I just couldn't just think about me in the sense of like like I couldn't dive into my realm like I usually dive into. I had to go about it a certain way. Like so
Yeah.
that's why I left that the disc opener like like just like closed until I felt like it was finally ready to open.
That's powerful.
Thank you.
That's powerful. Yeah, the album is really special. That track is really dope. And what's interesting is like, you know, in life we have things like movies and music and video games and sports and things that distract us because life is, if you just sit in the void, it's kind of scary, right? Like if you like contemplate consciousness, it's kind of scary. So your niche within hip hop is kind of focused on like, some of the video games and the skating and a little bit of the nerd core along with backpack hip hop. And so it's like within the distraction you talk about the distractions, right? Like a subgenre of the stuff. And it's like you're this type of artist that is then putting the Sega down, putting the skateboard down, putting the backpack down, and contemplating introspectively. That shit is deep, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like layers too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I had a discussion about this yesterday. I like literally like with my music. I try to like read in between the lines.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that sounds like cliche, but that's like literally what I try to do as an artist. I try to literally just focus on the topic, but then try to flip it the best way I can. And I feel like a lot of my stuff, it's like a soundtrack,
Yeah.
like for you know what I mean, for like this especially, like this, like I felt like this could go in, like this could be in the next, if possible, the next Tony Hawk game, the
Yeah.
next skateboard developed game, or
Yeah.
the next extreme sports game, or the next sports game, or the next fighting game, because that's really the realm that I'm like I feel like as an artist, I'm like the perfect background. I like to call myself like the perfect background music. Almost like when you
Yeah.
turn on a movie and you're like, yo, that shit sounds hard. Like,
Yeah.
I like to delve like myself into those dimensions. So
Yeah.
um yeah, so
I
uh,
agree with you 100%. One of the things that like I really enjoyed and that stood out to me in listening to this album, I'm familiar with your discography. I think you're dope. I've been a supporter and a homie for a minute. But one of the things that's really dope about you, and I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but there's an energy that carries, right? That's unconventional through the microphone in the music, and it's I'm not sure how you do that because I'm used to listening to like dudes like dropping bars or are they're being maybe aggressive or they're battling, but there's another type of energy which is kind of more in line with what you're describing, a Tony Hawk video game, NBA 2K like video game. There's like an energy that comes through your voice and the way that you rhyme. It feels kind of loose. It feels a little bit like a freestyle, right? It feels like the energy of a cipher, but it's in an actual album. It's not a cipher, it's a song, right? There's something that you're doing that I'm not sure how you do it. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope.
I can tell you right now, one of the art no, one of the things that I feel like it is the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Yeah,
Like, I literally got into this game to not give a fuck.
yeah,
I'm at the aggressive writer out of line, the mind writer.
yeah,
It's literally like Sonic the Hedgehog, except I'm this crazy fucking madman, neurotic fucking, yeah, being like that. Just, like I bounce off the walls.
yeah,
Like I'm here one minute and gone the next. Like, and somehow, some way, it all aligns back to doing what I do.
yeah,
Or I feel like a lot of the stuff that I create, it's like as an artist, man, you review, what you write, what you create, and at first, I used to like not care, and then now I started reviewing my stuff because there's some things that I might say in rhyming that I have to probably cut out or whatever. Sometimes I have to double back and check with like my team and see if like this is right, because then I don't want to say something out of pocket, or I don't want to like go off the rails.
yeah,
I want to try to like collectively stay within the like whatever I'm doing, like I want to represent where I came from
yeah,
and show you growth. And at the same time, I want to speedball through shit. Not speedball like as far as like I just knock shit out, but I want I want that energy to carry.
yeah,
Just like when Sonic dashes and you see,
yeah,
I want that same energy to carry even when I'm gone.
yeah,
Like I want like my music to be timeless. So I guess that's where the drive comes from. I come from like the old school.
Yeah.
So respectively, I learned a lot from the old school.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I do, I try to do my research, and like I just had a discussion about the grave diggers and the
Yeah.
so, and it's like going back to that, it's like things kind of slapped me in the face as a kid because I
Yeah.
didn't know any better. But that's because I had older brothers and older siblings and older friends, and at the time, like, so I was put on the things that I thought that, I have I have like three brothers in my family, right?
Yeah.
So like me being the youngest, like I'm always kind of I'm like the black sheep, the spoiled little black sheep.
Yeah.
And even though, like, ironically, like I was put on to a lot of things because of my brothers, like,
Yeah.
um so I wanted to stay within that realm, like almost like this album, not even just this album, um I want to kind of put in energy, almost like you can play an album, like you can play one of my songs or whatever, and it kind of takes you back into time, like a time machine. A
Yeah.
lot of the songs that I make, it's not just like to bring you back into nostalgia as like, what how you viewed it, and like how you see, and what this could have been in the background if that were, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm passionate because
Yeah.
of where I came from.
Yeah.
So I try to exert what I've learned
Yeah.
into my music, and as well as examples. Like, not examples, experiences I've gone through.
Yeah.
Everyone that does this, um, s- somehow exhibits their way of, like, their experiences.
Yeah. Their life story works its way into the rhymes.
Right. And I'm telling you, I mean, at least from my background, like, I'm not a gangster, bro,
Yeah.
but I've been through some shit.
Absolutely.
And at the same
Absolutely.
time, like, respect me. You know what I mean? I'm just like you and the next man that you probably
Yeah.
fuck with, but
Yeah.
I'm just a different being. I
Yeah.
don't rock, gold chains and none of that shit. And for those that do, congratulations. I'm not trying to stun on or hate on.
Yeah.
I'm just me. I'm
Yeah.
natural. So when, how I entered this game, I'm gonna remain until I exit. Natural,
Yeah.
original,
Yeah.
real, boom, bap, original rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? And
dope.
that's where I came from. I came from the cassette era, the CD era, when it was really booming in the '90s,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I was a child, so
Yeah.
like I'm collecting records that, I still have now. You
Yeah.
know,
And shout out to the homie on the chat talking about he just got his vinyl and the now loading jacket. You know, I wanted to ask you what is the timeline of, because you met during the tour, you met August during the tour, in promotion of your last album, right? And then, it just came out. So during what window of time was this album built? Like what time span? Like how long did you guys work on this album?
I would say we started working on this. All right, so tour is 2023, and it's ironic because I actually got this thing right here. It's fucking crazy. No, shout out to everybody
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah. That's the
the.
tour with R.A. the Rugged Man.
Shout out to everybody. Yo,
Is
this
that
is
when you were out here? Was that when you were out in L.A.?
um. I was no. This is before, like, after I came back from LA, I started this tour.
Got it.
It's crazy, and we started this tour in October. I think it was like the 14th or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a crazy time. It was a crazy a time. So when we started the album, to answer your question, we started around like 2024.
Yeah.
So around and we were kind of like going like in between production, or there were things that there were a lot of changes that we were going through.
Yeah.
As far as song switches, there's some beats that I wanted, and last minute I swapped for something else because I'm like a kid in a toy store, or
Yeah.
we'll say primarily I'm like a kid in electronics boutique. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, singing good as a
The
controller.
production is fire. The production is fire.
Thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you. So, we wanted to it's been a lot of back and forth, with like the production, but
Yeah.
we thought we were gonna try to finalize it last year, and then we had to like make some last minute like corrections, and so there was a lot of that we can present it now. It came out when it came out, because even also I will say, based on the climate of what's going on, I might not
Yeah.
say too much, but I wanted to also primarily like release it when it made sense chronologically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I wanted to release it on January 7th of this year. And you know what happened on
Uh,
January 7th?
uh, so got it. So the album was done. Was it already
Right.
done, or did you still need to do some work?
At this point, it was kind of done, but we were just still like trying to iron things out, and like as far as mastering too. Like shout out to Trizzy of Lyrics and Vibe Studios. Um, yeah, there was a lot of stuff, a lot of corrections that we wanted to fix, because this is a major like release that from
Yeah.
coming from me and August. Not saying
Yeah.
this is my first time working with a producer such as August, so
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that, like as I said earlier, like that it was up to par. Like it was something that like not only I could be proud of, that he could be proud of, and we can just keep the wheel going. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so if you could share with like the fans and with the students of the game, you get the beats, you write the songs, you record the songs, they're pretty much done. But then that kind of post-production where you're tweaking it and getting it just perfect, what does that entail? Is that re-recording vocals? Is that because when people hear the album, you know what I'm saying? The August created like a soundscape. Everything just sounds incredible, right? Like the unique sounds that he uses. Did that stuff come later in post production that kind of make it all one album? Because it sounds almost like you enter the arcade or like you enter a sci-fi movie, right? It just is like a whole vibe when you put the album on. Um, what is the post production part once the album, like the songs are recorded, and then now you're tweaking it, and that tweaking that goes on for months? What are you guys working on?
Okay, so primarily we were done with the album or already, but when we went back to tweaking it, it would be like things that that we would hear during listening sessions, as far as we're studying. I didn't like the way this was mixed, or sometimes it would be like even like vocal takes.
Yeah.
um Chaos Control was one.
Okay.
The song with Planet Asia, that was definitely one. And
He's got such a savage verse on that joint too.
yeah,
Yeah.
the way that happened that day was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we to answer you, we had well, as far as with that song, there was some times where I had to go back and record or whatever. So I done like twice, three times.
Yeah.
Because primarily before, it was Chaos Control, it was supposed to just be me on it, right? And then I was getting word from my manager, oh yeah, I think this is something Planet Asia would be on. So I agreed, because I thought about it beforehand, but I thought it was
Right. It's got that bass
impossible.
line. Right?
Yeah, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because when I heard that, when I heard the beat, like this has happened in like the end, like towards the end of 2024, towards the end of 2024, going into 2025. Like I was writing it and had a whole different verse for it, and then that was
Wow.
primarily going to be chaos control. And I don't know, I forgot what I was gonna title it, but that doesn't matter right now. But there was a lot of steps involved. Not even just with chaos control, just in general, like tweaking it and with the mastering process. There were some times where like shout out to Trizzy because he mixed and mastered as well as a stronghold from lyrics and vibes. They both did the best they could ever do mixing and mastering. But Trizzy was going back and forth, like with some songs, like like it's I hear something a little higher than most, and we'll go back and tweak it. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's a process, like like a lot of cats, like again, like I believe in quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to just put out stuff like right away, but I am going to start putting out stuff like soon. Like that wheel's going to start working soon, but
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
like I like to make sure that it's quality art. It's timeless art. So
Yeah.
for anyone that's listening, just to wrap it up, yeah, like always make sure that like like when you open a door, you close it, but make sure it's fully closed. Don't leave it cracked open. Make sure it's closed and it's locked.
It's good. That's dope. Tell us the story about how Planet Asia got on this joint.
All right, so this is funny. When when during the making of Cast Control, I had like as I said, I had a whole other verse. So right, I remember like people, cats were in my ear like, nah, this ain't it. And it's like, I'm like, what? You serious? Don't do that to me, baby. Don't do this to me. So, like I was, so I tried the best that I said, I'm gonna get back on that record, and I'm like, I'm gonna focus on all these other records, like Snatchers and everything else, and
Yeah.
that was also another record that was challenging too because like I had to like without I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going out of like reach as far as with Snatchers, and I felt like it aligned perfectly. But yeah, with this it was the same, and then finally like I say like maybe like 3 weeks later or whatever after recording the first one, I recorded the second one again, but this time it was rewritten. Like it was totally rewritten. Like I just kind of trashed the verse and it's like, I'm gonna put it on.
Wow.
So then that was decided at first, and then um the verse I rewrote was then that's when we were deciding like I see Planet Asia on it. That's when my manager said that. So then I'm like, okay, fine. And then all of a sudden, now niggas in my ear. Yo, son, you better write, yo.
Yo,
Yo,
Asia gonna
son.
come with it, right?
And he's like, yo, son, he's elite. You know that, right? You dealing with elite. You the mind writer, so if you don't come with elite, you better, yo, toss that name. You better get rid of that name. I don't want it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. So I'm literally like in like, not shambles, but I'm like, fuck. Like I'm sweating bullets. Like,
Right,
and
because
I'm
you were
like, yo,
already
son.
good. The verse was already good.
And I'm like, yo, even though I wasn't, I mean, I'm just juicing it up, but I wasn't tweaking that much, but I was like, it was on my mind for like a couple of
Absolutely.
days, like, yo, son, I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, this shit, I gotta kill it. So I went back, I heard his verse, but by this time I had rewritten my verse.
So this is like a
So
third verse.
This is my
This
third
beat got
verse.
like 3 verses from you.
But it was like literally the same shit.
Yeah,
It was just added. I just added more.
yeah,
So I'm like, all right. I heard his. No, I'm sorry. I messed up. It wasn't the same shit. It was actually like I had to toss that a little bit. I took some stuff from that and put it into like the new stuff, and that was the challenging part because now it's like I had to kind of start a little over, but from what I previously wrote or take pieces from which is not a challenge, but
right.
so then finally like he sent his verse. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I sent in my verse because I
Yeah,
just recorded it. It was like perfect timing. We sent it
yeah.
to him, and I remember it like Asia being like, "Yo, this is the same song or the same beat." I was like, "Yeah, it's just."
Wow, because you
Because
came
I
at
do
it
remember.
completely different.
Yeah, I remember actually. I sent him. I think the second. It was the second verse. I mean, the second verse. Yeah, second take that I recorded. And that I think we were gonna decide on until people were in my ear like, yo, son, this is Asia, this is elite rhymer. So, and also because I felt I fuck with Planet Asia. Shout out to Planet Asia, man. You know what
Shout
I mean?
out
Shout out to
Planet
Planet
Asia.
Asia. I you know what I mean? Planet Asia is like that's the dog, man, for real, man. Like also I mean the Scorpio god, for real.
And
You
he
know?
works, bro. Like he gets it in. Like he all every verse is always dope, and he's grinding. I mean, for years now.
I will say this too. When and ironically I got Shadow like on my Shadow and Sonic on my desk. And
That's
this
dope.
you're never gonna get y'all never ever gonna see this ever unless someone's selling this. This is from the movies. And then I got
Wow.
this as a gift. Shout out Vicky Press for this. But yeah, yeah, I wanted to create like, going back into like chaos control, I wanted to also like it's two like similar beings, but he's an elite rhymer. I'm a lyricist. He's a lyricist. Like I'm in a sense. It's like okay, so you feel like you're the ultimate life form, and I kind of wanted to bring it to like that comical like standpoint, like something
Yeah.
like that anyone and everyone can relate to. Sonic Adventure 2. That is literally the most talked about game of all time. To this very day, like my folks and I, like, you know what I mean? Shout out JHershey. You know what I mean? JHershey and I, we be chopping it up about it, like, all the time. Like, that's literally like the best game ever. Like, I remember, I still the talked about game. So I wanted to bring something that was nostalgic enough that, like, you can literally hear you can play the music as you're playing the game, like what I mean, kind of
That's
like as
good.
the game, as the fight sequence is going, like. So, and that's what I wanted. I wanted it was two beings, like both supersonic at this level, and they're fighting in space, and there's nothing but space and opportunity, and they're not fighting like they're not going head to head, but they're going head to head lyrically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chaos control. You know what
That's
I mean?
dope.
So.
That's the backstory on Next Gen. And so the Planet Asia on the album kind of came from your camp, right? But August, he's working with a lot of artists. I was wondering if like if that joint came through him.
Vic came through August.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and
that was
that's
crazy.
what's so dope about both of y'all on this. You have different connections and things like that. So talk to us about how that came about. You know what I'm saying? Did he recommend that? Did he say like, yo, who'd be dope on this? Because he's got projects with Vic.
Um, I remember like when uh, as I remember, remember me telling you that Snatches was kind of a process. In the
Yeah,
very beginning, I remember going back and forth with Hershey because I'm glad that he was the EP of the whole shit because it was like I kind of needed his vision as well.
yeah,
I mean, his vision as well like helped me like get myself like locked in. So Snatchers came along. I remember presenting the beat to him. August fucking his catalog is stupid, son.
yeah, yeah,
Yo, man, for all y'all watching, if you doing work, get your motherfucking money up and get it right, cause I'm telling you, he will come through flawlessly. Yo,
yeah.
when I heard the beat, I swear to God, son. I thought of like Hideo Kojima.
Mm.
I mean Kojima, excuse me, Hideo Kojima. I thought of Hideo Kojima immediately because I'm like, yo, this is something that. And at the time, I was like into. I never played Snatcher, excuse me, Snatcher. I never played the game Snatcher. I always wanted to though, and
Yeah.
ironically so, like I at that time I wanted to own a Sega. I could own a Sega CD. I just didn't. The one that I want is hard to get. But anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
um, when I presented this the beat to him, he was like, "Yo, this is different." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm telling like." Because the beat selection was mainly me, you know what I mean? But I had to, I was just going back and forth to confirm, like, yo, son, this shit right here, I got to write to it, but I know how to angle it. The first thing I started off with, because like I remember like Hershey and I were talking about it, went back home. I sat in my drop, because mind you, this album took days and nights. Like I was going
Wow.
in. So even at work, when I was working, kicking ass. I'd be writing in the middle of my shift and shit, getting yelled at or being told, "Yo, what are you doing? Wake up!" In the middle of snatches, the first thing that came up was like, "Not a road travel made for any backpacker. No one is to hack for human data." And that's the first line. I just stopped right there.
That's
You
dope.
know, I'm writing. And I'm like, "Yo, this is." Locked and loaded with Konami's Justifier. And I'm like, yo, that's Justifier. That's the Sega Saturn. I mean, the Sega CD gun. I'm like, and the title Hideo Kojima Snatches. So then once we did that, I'm like, all right, boom. Sent yo. Then I kept like I was trying to. I'm angling the verse. Sent it to recorded it. Sent it to Hershey. Or I think Hershey was there, or whatever the case may have been. Because I think Hershey was there for most of my recording sessions.
That's dope.
That, yeah, it was like a
And
lot
shout out
of.
to Hershey because he like produced the other album, right? Like you've been working with him for a long time.
Oh yeah, man, it's 7 emeralds all day, baby. 7 emeralds all day, baby.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like, so I sent it. So once that was sent out, sent it to Sean, then sent it to August, because I'm like, all right, at this point, like everyone's locked in. If everyone's locked in, then I'll continue. Immediately, he likes it. Like August likes it. Then he's like, you want to see if I can get Vic on the joint? I'm like, behind the
Wow.
scenes, in my mind, I'm like,
Right, right. Touchdown.
so then I'm like, yo, son. I'm like, all right. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
that'd be
cool. That's
perfect.
cool.
I'm like, so I'm like getting happy and giggity, but I'm like, yo, I swear, son. Now I got to deliver on this verse, but I delivered on this verse, but I hope I don't have, I mean, before the chaos control, I'm like, yo, I hope that I don't have to change anything. Like, I don't have to rewrite anything. I'm like, this shit had to be perfect. And then
Yeah.
he came with his verse.
Yeah.
It's like one of my favorite songs, man.
Yeah.
Like literally like one of my favorite songs.
That's
You know
dope.
what I'm saying? So like, shout out to Vic Spencer, man. And oh yeah, and also like during this time, I want to give a big a shout out to him and his family. He just recently lost his mother. So like, going from one that like, that lost mine, I
Yeah.
definitely wanted to like, correlate how that feels. I understand how that feels, so I wanted to like let the world know like, yo, listen, and him know as well. Um, rest in peace to your mother, and I'm sending out my condolences, man, because I really truly understand. So peace to you always. And, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's beautiful. What a
And
dope story, man, about how that record came together. And it's really interesting how August had contributions. You know, he had the production, but then he had his network, and then you had the rhymes, but then you had your network. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made this unique project now loading. One of the things that's also dope about it is it's not currently available on streaming, right? You got to go get it off of the Bandcamp. Talk to us about that approach to, this release, because in the past you have put things out streaming, but I feel like everything's shifting right now, and a lot of more the artists are starting to take control of their intellectual property. If they want to ensure that they're compensated properly. Talk to us about what AWOL the Mindwriter, August, and Seven Emeralds, what the approach was in putting this only on Bandcamp and in physicals.
Absolutely. I would love to say that primarily we did think of, or I thought, I thought it would be a good idea as for reach, like for
Yeah,
for international or national reach. I thought it would be a great idea or a decent idea to you know have it as far as the singles are the singles, but as far as the album, we wanted
yeah,
to at first we thought I agreed on putting it on streaming, and then with some time and um with some careful consideration, I figured that I did not want to feed the machine, because literally this would be feeding, like, the like, this is the anti-machine.
yeah.
So I'm gonna feed it into the machine that I'm trying to fight against.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we do it for. So, like, it's 7 emeralds or nothing. So, you know what I mean? I figured that, like, if you really truly want it, if you want to support, um, you don't have to support through a third party system. You can support just by contacting us. Go to the website, 7emeraldsmedia.com, or support through Bandcamp, because literally that's where we wanted to. Now I'm saying we, as far as like collectively, we
Yeah,
wanted to reach the people. We didn't want someone to reach the people for us, and I
yeah.
didn't want that as well, because this is for the people.
That's good.
This is a message for the people. So if you want this message, unfortunately, no, fortunately and unfortunately, you have to pay for it.
Yeah,
But it's direct.
absolutely.
It's not through anything.
Yeah,
So, I would be glad to do this, like, and so far, like, like, shout out to Eddie and everybody that has, like, supported us as far as the like the album. It's been amazing. Like, LPs, like, crazy selling, like, digital selling, CDs are selling. So it's been beautiful. Like, I like all over the place. I mean, our first sale was in Germany.
that's dope.
No, I'm sorry. Our first sale was in Japan, and then it was Germany. I
Yeah.
believe Germany and then Japan. But the fact that, like, that
That
kept
it's
going,
international, that it's global, that people, love your vibe and your music. They follow you, they follow August. They're connected to the movement.
and it was surprising to me. So that's when we came to the full decision of, you know what? Yeah, we're not gonna put this on streaming. Like, I don't like, with everything that's going on right now,
Yeah.
especially with DistroKid. I'm not gonna speak too much on it. Like, I
Yeah,
don't want
that's
to say that.
crazy. They sold. I don't even know what that means.
You
Like,
know,
because nobody reads the legalese. You don't know what those 40 pages say as to what you lose. You know what I mean?
your self-respect. I can tell you what you lose right now.
Ah,
Your self-respect, the right to create anything freely anymore, because now it'll be controlled. And now the fact that, even though primarily DistroKid was like a company made for the people,
yeah,
now it's sold to, or being sold, or sold, whatever the case may be, to a private owner, a private
yeah,
buyer. So
yeah,
now someone that has their hands in their balls or in their ass, doing nothing, who probably doesn't do shit all day and pays for fucking punani, now is in control of my destiny. Are you
yeah,
fucking kidding me?
yeah,
That's like slave master work.
yeah.
Aren't we trying to, like, escape that? And that's why I didn't want to put it on streaming. I
That's
refuse, and
good.
we're not feeding the slave master. We kill our masters.
That's
Word.
good. That's good. The album, for people who want, to go beyond the digital copy, what's available and where can they get it?
You can get the album on 7emeraldsmedia.com primarily, and as well as the 7 Emeralds Media Bandcamp, or AWOL The Mindwriter Bandcamp.
Yeah,
So yeah, like you can, like, I have, my link is like literally in my Instagram, and if you would like it, like the website right now is 7emeraldsmedia.com.
that's dope. And what did you have released? Did you release vinyl, CDs? What kind of
Uh,
merch? What kind of merch did you put together with this album?
Primarily, currently right now we have vinyl, we have CDs, we have digital, and we also have T-shirts if you guys are interested.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
They got the now loading T-shirt on. So what? So you know, and people who follow you, right? They know about the the Sega theme. Oh yeah, the back is dope.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, the back is the album cover.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what it is, baby. Oh man, yeah, man. And soon, we also, like, we got some stuff coming soon as well. Like, we have a lot of surprises coming soon, as far as merch. So
Yeah. The the album's called Now Loading, right? And you've got like this theme going through the different albums connected to um video games and you know the Sega run and also just um kind of this lane of hip hop that you're in that you're driving down. Tell what motivated you to call it Now Loading? What was, you know, what was kind of like how did you land on that title?
all right, so it's gonna take me back about like 10 years ago, or maybe 11 years ago. I was on Instagram, and I did this video. It's way long gone, but I can find it on my phone at least. Sorry. Um, so long story short, like, I remember like saying, as then, now loading would be perfect for like a song title or something. And at the time, for what I was into and what I was listening to, that it, I felt like it didn't project. It wouldn't have projected the way that I thought it would. So, for like, I wanted this album to kind of like take, like, push back, because a lot of my stuff is bouncy and happy, and not saying that, like, like, music shouldn't be that or make you feel that, but I wanted something that took more of like a serious lane, like
Yeah.
something that you couldn't take away. Like, it's like, all right, Cartoon Network is off now. It's time for Adult Swim, and that is like the vision that I had. I want, like, this is something that you could literally hear or see on Adult Swim. Like, I wanted an album that conceptively, like, matched, what I was into, like the things that I'm into.
Yeah.
Japanese culture,
That's good.
literally Sega.
Yeah.
And even though the company started in America, it started overseas in real life. It started overseas.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the stuff that I'm into, um, it's either Japanese culture based, or it's like I try to, pay my dues and respect, especially to guys like, Yu Suzuki, who literally, like, is the god of like the whole Sega AM2 or AM2 department.
Yeah.
He ran that whole, like, that whole, what I mean, saying, like he ran it. He ran that company,
That's right.
and still does to this day. So I try to, like, um I wanted an album that, like, kind of put all the elements of what I've not only liked and admired, but like other people can relate to, as far as with anime and everything else. But I wanted it to be in my own story, like something that I can I can put into my own perspective.
That's dope.
So, like, I wanted I wanted this album to be like kind of like how you listen to and Pink Floyd is beautiful.
Yeah,
Love that band. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Dark Side of the Moon, like the
They're on the
mix.
cutting edge.
You know how like they had that mix between that and Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Like you play the if you play
Right when
some
you put them at the same time.
yeah, and you can like it's like yeah. So and I actually did that. Shout out to Great Neck Levels for this man because I actually experienced that 20 years ago. Um, I seen the Dark Side of the Moon and like it was a cool treasuring experience, even though I didn't really always pay attention to it, but I did on my own time again.
Yeah, yeah.
It kind of brought everything together, so I wanted to bring like an album that almost like again like you could play as your own soundtrack,
That's dope.
like a soundtrack to your life, how
That's
you
dope.
may see it, and maybe these songs may fit what I'm talking about. I mean, what may fit your lifestyle to what I'm talking about.
That's good. That's
So,
good. What can you share with the folks? You know what I'm saying? Because like they go out, they get the album, they listen to it, they love it, they go through the discography, and they want to know, man, this cat's dope. What's AWOL the Mindwriter got coming next? What do you have in store for us? Later this year, early next year.
um, just wait, man. Like, yeah, I mean, like, I mean, yeah, like, Virtua
You're
Fighter.
working, you're cooking.
Yeah, yeah, like Virtua Fighter. You know what I mean? Maybe there's gonna be some shit coming soon. I mean, definitely on some shit, but I definitely I have things in I have things in motion right now as far as with Hershey. We're about to we're about to start cooking again, so the time will definitely be soon.
That's
But
dope.
it's for, like we got some surprises definitely coming. I promise, man. I can't ever disappoint, especially my fans. Like, especially cats like I mean, you especially, bro. Can't disappoint. So I'm gonna try to bring the best I can. I definitely got some shit with Wavy coming up too. So
I know, right? Because when I was talking to Wavy, he told me he was like, "Yeah, AWOL the Mindwriter was here," and I was like, "Oh, that means they cooking." Wavy the
yeah,
God, for those who don't know, an incredible producer, production for AWOL the Mindwriter, but also for legends like Rome Streets. But
shout
yeah, man, that's dope. So JHershey, Wavy, stay tuned. Now loading, available now at 7emeraldsmedia.com on the Bandcamp. My brother, as we start to wrap up, any final shout outs you want to give?
yeah. Um, yes, and definitely. Shout out my man Yakubu because he currently lost his father to foul play. You know what I'm saying? He's currently in Africa, so I think
Wow.
he's South Africa. So with that being said, yo, peace. Yo, if you're watching this right now, yo, peace to you, man, and your family. I want to give a big shout out to God first of all.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I should have said him first because I just primarily survived some almost irreversible shit, and I really am taking day by day to just get back to get back to motion. So,
Yeah.
and the last but not least, my loved ones, my family. Um, shout out to Lyrics and Vibe Studios for helping me. Shout out to August Fanon. Shout out to August. Al Unique. Shout out Sean Munoz, JHershey, QSTV. You know what I'm saying? Also, because I always love those guys, man.
Yeah.
And everybody else, man, and Seven Emeralds Media, man, because like you know what I mean, it's Seven Emeralds or nothing, man. Seven
That's
Emeralds
dope.
or nothing, and of course, shout out you, Chris, because
Thank you,
you're
brother.
God, you know what I'm saying. And
Thank you,
until
my brother.
next time, for all that are watching, man, Sega, fuck Nintendo,
Ooh.
and get
Hey,
your
Walter
now on
Mind
this
Rider,
shit
there you go.
today.
Get your now loaded today. My brother, it's always an honor to build with you. The new album is incredible.
Thank
Salute
you.
to you and August, the work you guys did. You can hear it. such a unique experience sonically, but also your flow is one of the most original in the game. And it's always a joy to listen to you, and it walks you kind of challenge yourself and evolve. You know what I'm saying? Into continual better versions of yourself.
Thank you. I will say this too. I think you asked me about like the sounds in the album earlier.
Yeah,
I will say you can the one person that I gotta shout out especially Drive Mega, because if it weren't for Drive Mega, yes he wasn't credited on the album, but you'll be hearing him pretty soon.
that's
But
tough.
shout out Drive Mega because he definitely made Chaos Control pop. You know, like I called on him and he was immediately like to the,
Wow.
so shout out, yo, Drive Mega. Thanks, bro. I love you, bro. Sega
Yeah,
always.
that's dope.
Cool.
Boom. My brother, an honor to build with you. Salute to everybody who tapped in, and we'll build again soon.
Word. Until next time, man. Peace to the gods, man. And get your copy of Downloading out now. August Fanon, AWOL The Mindwriter. We here, baby. You know what I'm saying? Seven Emeralds Media. And
That's what
peace
it
and shout
is.
out to this man right here, because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be speaking right now, and y'all wouldn't be enjoying this. So peace to y'all for watching, and stay safe out there.
Boom. Salute, my brother. Peace.
Peace.